Good job in this.
Thank you.
You know, I'm watching the film last night. I saw it last night for the first time with a crowd that hoot and hollered when your name came up on the credits. I don't know if you know that, but all the names come up and they just scream and yell. And I'm watching you perform and I'm thinking either you have to be the bravest person in the world, or you're terrified to do that and you work through that. What was it like for you to do that? Simply to play the poison, because it's a character that I know is on the TV series, but it's quite different in this one. And it looks like
I
a
didn't
blast.
see the TV series character, which probably was good. You know, I just got a really, really great, well-written part, and tried to fill it up with as much stuff as I could, and that was that.
Do you ever get nervous to play a character?
I do particularly if I don't think I have an angle on it. I mean, if I find myself thinking, oh, this is good, and then I realize once it's too late, I don't have an angle on this. I don't have anything I feel good about, and that's when you feel nervous all the time. Otherwise, I always feel nervous in the beginning, before you really find a rhythm for the character. I mean, I always feel terrified before a movie starts.
Really? Yeah, it seems, but does that usually go away by the time filming starts, in rehearsal or whatever?
A couple weeks into it.
Really?
Yeah, you kind of get a handle on it.
Where you get your stride?
Yeah, and sometimes you never do, and then that's just really just awful. It's really terrible punishment, worse than.
Have you ever been anything like this? You know, I look back at your film career and I can't think of anything.
No, not
Baron
really.
Munchausen
had the scale and the sort of wonderful imaginative quality, but no, I've never been in a directly commercial extravaganza like this. This is a really unbelievable.
It's the opposite of Mad Dog and Glory.
It's the utter opposite of Mad Dog and Glory. Yes, it is, and it's all been quite new for me. You know, even just to be in a movie with such a large budget and so many heavy hitters. You know, in Hollywood, and I've got all the lingo of talking about interviews all day. I actually say things like heavy hitters.
Yeah, right.
People say it to me, and then I find I talk to the next person, I say it to them. This is very funny.
I want to ask you a more introspective question about acting. Just, maybe a little more intimate question, but if you didn't make a dime acting, and it just gets down to the moment of doing it, of trying to find the moment, of getting in the moment, what do you really love about that? What do you love about acting?
I don't know how to describe it to you. I really, I find it involves me so completely. It's one of the few things that completely integrates my body, my mind, and my heart. It's not something I do from my head, and it's not something I do from my heart, and it's not something I just do with my body. It's something that just completely brings all of it together for me in that effort simultaneously. And I love it, and I love the investigation into people, and I love language, and I love writing. I love great writing. I love drama, and I love stories, and trying to sort of feel them out and pound them out and play them out. And it's all those things for me.
Have you always were you always able to recognize great writing early on, or the more you do it, you recognize it?
I don't think I'm necessarily able to recognize great writing at all. I mean, there's obvious great writing. You know, anyone can recognize Shakespeare or Tennessee Williams, Eugene O'Neill, to name it just a few great playwrights. But I think it's the stories that you feel insight into, that you feel that resonate with you.
Yeah.
Or sometimes it's just concepts or ideas that you think are interesting socially or politically or otherwise.
Do you find acting as fulfilling now as when you started?
Oddly enough, I actually find it more fulfilling.
Why?
I think when I was younger, I was so overcome by some of the intimidation and feeling of like unworthiness for what I was doing as I was sort of learning, as I was working, going along. And definitely, you know, as a teenager, just the suffering of being a teenager anyway for anybody, and I was doing it kind of on that stage, that my moments of real enjoyment of it, since I started doing it professionally before I was mature, were fewer and less accessible to me. And now that I've sort of grown up a bit more, I find that I'm able to appreciate it and savor a great moment or a great day much more, with much deeper appreciation.
Nice to see you.
You too.
Nice work.
Thank you.
I always like your work.
Thank you.